Welcome to another edition of the eSpot with Camille. The eSpot is your location for the latest in entertainment, beauty, and design from the people who make it. Thanks for joining.
I was curious if I could get like a few minutes with you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, perfect. So you have a huge fan who's too nervous to even talk to you.
It's okay.
Because she was supposed to ask these questions because I'm horrible at pronouncing names. I'm dyslexic, so I don't want to say it wrong.
No worries.
So if you don't mind saying your name and all of that when we get there, because I don't want to. I know even when you tell me, I'll back it up. So
no worries.
I don't want to pull a fight.
You're all good.
It made me so nervous the way they were mean to him. Oh yeah, you record for me. Sorry. Where do I stand? I'm good? Okay. A little nervous. Okay.
You got this.
All right, so we're here at GalaxyCon Raleigh, and I am so excited, and my producer is even more excited than me about our next guest because she voices some of the most amazing characters in My Hero Academia, in Genshin Impact, and a few other wonderful shows and cartoons and games and all the things in between. So tell me, how did you get your start in voice acting?
I got my start because I was a nerd. I love anime, I loved animation, I loved stories. Writing was my first love, and so I just kind of fell in love with the idea of acting out a story and acting out a character's life. I thought that was really fun, so that's what I ended up doing.
Now, a lot of the characters you play, they're multicultural. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about representing being, I gotta say it, a brown girl?
Yeah.
Like, how does it feel being able to voice actors that look like you, but also be able to voice actors that don't? Because so many times it's always the other way around. Mm-hmm. But now you're like, they look like you. How does that feel? How does that feel? Like, that had to be an extra layer of pride.
Oh, so much pride. Like, when I was growing up, black people in anime was not really a thing. I never really saw myself represented in cast, much less in anime, like the actual show. And so I really loved just getting to be part of something amazing and special, something that I know that if I was a kid, I would be falling in love for. So it is beyond an honor, and I hope to keep doing it. And I hope to see other people doing it, because we need more of us in here.
So you started with it. How do you suggest for people to get into this industry? What do you recommend?
I recommend that you go on Voice Acting Club. It is a very cool website that has a bunch of tutorials, a bunch of really neat resources, so that if you have any basic questions, they can help you out. And also, do theater, do acting. There's voiceover classes online, even streaming. Like, if you want to stream and you stream Undertale and you want to do a bunch of voices, like, doing the work is practice within itself, and it'll get you somewhere.
Now, how do you feel about, because this was a big deal not that long ago with Screen Actors Guild having their big strike, and now we're seeing AI just kind of skyrocket, but then we're also seeing that right now production is at 30%, 40% lows. How do you feel as a voice actor? What are you doing to make sure that you stay busy and that AI can't replace you?
It's unfortunate that we are in a capitalist society, because unfortunately money rules over all. For me, I just try to enjoy being creative. I do my auditions, I do my work, and I just have fun, and whatever happens, I can do my part in making sure that as long as I am a good talent, a good person, and I am creating the best I can, I don't think you can replace that human element that we bring to performances. So that's the best I can do,
Well, again, I can't thank you enough for not only being a guest, but for all that you do for us brown girls, giving us hope, giving us inspiration, being the anime queen. So thank you so much for coming to Raleigh and just being here to really inspire the youth so more people will follow your footsteps.
Thank you.
Thank you again for being a guest.
Thank you.
Thanks. Did you want to say anything? Last chance.
Yes, it goes to the Trayvon Martin Foundation.
Of course,
all the
I know.
proceeds. I know it's a silly thing, and yet It's
I
all
hope
for
you're
all for
recording this.
all for a good cause.
Oh, thank gosh, because
Oh.
that's a good one.
Well, I'm happy to explain better than I just did. but-
She's
anyway.
a good one. Her name's Vanessa as well. So
No, what's up, Vanessa? How you doing? You look great.
I choose good names for my producers.
There you go.
She's my daughter.
Hey, perfect. And your name again?
Camille. I'm
Camille,
Camille with the
Vanessa.
E-Spot with Camille. So nice
Brilliant.
to meet you.
Nice
You'll
to
be
meet
one of
you.
the few I will not butcher because I am dyslexic and have ADHD.
Oh, whatever.
So
Please, it's
Vanessa,
all
I'll
good.
get right.
All good.
But I want to say, like, you've played so many different characters.
Yes.
And because you do show this picture, I have to show that.
Oh, of
everybody.
course. Yes.
Like, is there ever a time you think back and like, I'm lucky I even have hair? Because I remember, like, we would iron it and use.
This was 11th grade. This is my
Starch. That's it.
my yearbook photo, and I tell people I think I peaked in 11th grade. 100%. I mean,
Highly
please,
unlikely.
please. Well, as far as hair is concerned,
That
this
is good hair.
I mean, it's really an award-winning.
Shadow.
Well, and I give these out for free to people because I want to share the light of the mullet with all of you. Right. But I have a merch store. If you go to vanessamarshall.com and click on the merch store, there are coffee cups and pillows and candles and sweater vests with this. Oh my, I know. But and all the money, the proceeds go to the Trayvon Martin Foundation. So it's for a good cause, something I care very deeply about. And you too can have a piece of the mullet. So
who knew Wonder Woman really is Wonder Woman? You're like a real life superhero. So many people that are in your position don't choose to do these kinds of things. So I really appreciate
you might
that you
as
do.
well be useful, you know?
yeah.
And it's only right.
So speaking of useful,
yes,
I have to say, what are your tips for getting into voice acting, especially in nowadays because we're competing against AI and all the things?
I'll tell you what. Jennifer Hale, who plays Samus with me in Metroid Prime, Jennifer Hale created a website. It's called skillshub.life, I believe. And you can go there. I teach there, but also there are many great producers for animation, for promo, for pretty much every genre, narration, you name it. And you can study there, and there are also great forums where people can network and ask questions. Someone just posted something the other day. They had an audition, they wanted help. Everyone really rallies around. It's a very supportive, inclusive environment. Their politics are very inclusive and diverse, and I love that. There's also Steve Bloom, has Bloomvox Studios. He's great. And then D. Bradley Baker, the voice of every clone ever, he created a website called iwanttobeavoiceactor.com, and it answers every question, tells you how to create your own home studio, how you can practice, and it's all free. And he did that because so many people ask him that question. So I would start with D. Bradley Baker's site, and then it is an adventure, and I always tell everyone I teach to just be an eternal student, and that the learning is the process is the point, and once you embark on that journey, it's never ending. I mean, we're all always learning, and that takes the pressure off and just makes it so much more fun.
Is there any parts of voice acting that you would like pre-warn people about? Because I think a lot of times people are like, oh, it's going to be so much fun, I'm just going to do all these different voices, but is there any pitfalls to be
I wouldn't say that there are pitfalls, but it's not, I mean, one would say like, oh, you're reading English out loud. Like, how stressful could that be? I mean, my dad kind of makes fun of me. He's like, I'm really glad you were an English major. Like, it's panned out for you. Congratulations. No, but I'm also a writer. But anyway, but it is a lot of footwork. And I mentioned various genres. There's a commercial demo that you need to make, an animation demo. Now, on-camera actors have a headshot and resume. We have MP3s that are about under 60 seconds, and those are your business cards. And so there's one for each genre, and you can try and do them on your own, but it can be costly to create those demos. Now, Steve Bloom's class, what's so wonderful about him is that they also do demos, and it sort of builds up to the demo, and that's just wonderful. So it's a lot of footwork, but again, I think if you have the humility of being a perpetual student and not attached to the results, then it's fun. And so even the grind of it can be fun, but sometimes it does, there's an outlay of cash that people aren't aware of to begin with. They think, oh, I'm just going to read out loud. It's like, no, you have to create your little resumes, and each one can run up to $2,000 each. Now, if you happen to be friends with an engineer, or you have voiceover jobs that you've booked on your own and you can compile something on your own, you're good. But it's again, so that's not necessarily a pitfall, but it's something to be aware of, that it is in fact an investment. Yeah.
I'm always curious also, like, how do you stay in character when you're reading? Because you're not always given the privilege of being able to watch what you're reading while you're doing it, or maybe it won't add up mouth-wise with the words and stuff. So how do you...
Well, we usually what we do is the actors record the script, then the animators animate to that, and then if something doesn't match in post-production, we fix it, and we have another ADR session to sort of smooth things out, if you will. But when I did Metal Gear, in Metal Gear Solid, I play, well, this is Peace Walker, but Dr. Strangelove and also Olga. Originally, it was done in Japanese. So in Japanese, the sentence takes 20 seconds. In English, it takes 5 seconds. So learning how to stretch out a thought, that sometimes they would have to write more words for the American audience. But sometimes you're up against that in terms of matching, if you will. But generally, when I did Star Wars, when I did Guardians of the Galaxy, or any of the other animated shows, the regular show, Rick and Morty, all of those, they actually, Rick and Morty and Solar Opposites, they usually have kind of an animated, it's not colored, but it's sort of a black and white of how they really see it ultimately being produced. And we do have to follow that, but for the most part, you're sort of on your own and then can fix it if it doesn't. Yeah.
So fascinating. Well, again, thank you so much for being my guest and taking the time. I do not want to take you away from your tons of fans.
All good.
Thanks for coming to Raleigh.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Thank you. Bye.
Will you do?
This is David's first live appearance with us. We've been having to do remote work up until then.
This is actually my first con that I've ever been to. I've never been to. Yeah, so this is the first con that I've ever been to, so this is pretty fun. So I've never done this before. But yeah, my wife and I, we've got a little baby girl, and we also have 3 boys as well, so we have 4 kids. Yeah. So my wife is looking forward to me coming back home.
Yeah. With a handful of little people, I'm sure she is. Okay, next to the stage, I would like to bring you the other half of our dynamic duo. Former Disney artist, head of production, co-producer, pretty cool guy. He's all right for a husband. Al Moore. Takes a minute.
Hello, hello. Is it working? It is. Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming out. It's so exciting.
Yeah. All right. Last but not least, our original content creator, the brain behind the artwork, man of mystery. He is our art director. He is co-producer. He is a really great human being. And had it not been for all his crazy ideas, none of us would be here. I would like to bring out Jason Moody. That is amazing.
Hello. Yeah, you guys hear us?
Yes.
Check 1, 2.
Yeah, what you don't know is this guy's a little musical too in the background. It's awesome, awesome. Okay, so how many of you know what Gabriel and the Guardians is about? The kids, I love it. The kid, his children who are raising their hands like this. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys just a few minutes. Each of you take 2 minutes and just kind of give us your perspective of what Gabriel and the Guardians is about.
Yeah, so Gabriel and the Guardians is an epic fantasy story inspired by ancient Hebrew text and ancient Mesopotamian mythology and lore, set in a fantasy world and telling some of the narratives found in Genesis. That's the way I say it.
I was just going to say it's a really fun story, action, adventure, high fantasy, set in a realm that isn't normally captured. It's not in Europe, it's not in Asia, we're in the Middle East basically. And so, and telling some stories from some of the oldest written human manuscripts there are.
That's right, yeah. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, so I explain it to people a lot of times where it's like Dragon Ball meets Chronicles of Narnia. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, huge Chronicles of Narnia fan, a fantasy fiction fan, Brandon Sanderson, Robert Jordan. And so it's a fantasy story, action adventure, a quest story. So it's a really cool, it's the stuff that I love. I love quests, I love high fantasy, I love epic stories, and so, yeah.
Yeah, and you can see on the screen, it says that it's inspired by the lores and the legends found in the Dead Sea Scrolls. So if you don't know what the Dead Sea Scrolls are, they're the Qumran, and it's these ancient texts that were discovered that had some ancient biblical texts. It also had some other ancient texts like the Book of the Watchers and the Book of the Giants and the Book of Enoch. And if you get a chance, some of that is very fascinating. It deals with the idea that part of our show is kind of based out of this idea of Genesis 6, where it says, in the days of Noah, there were giants that walked the earth. And the Watchers, these celestial beings, came down and procreated with human women, and the offspring were giants. And so the Book of Enoch and the Book of the Watchers and the Book of the Giants kind of, tells more stories around that. And then you've got like the Epic of Gilgamesh, which is also a Sumerian version of some of those ancient tales.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
It's so cool, right? Are you excited about it? We're very excited too. So, the favorite part, I want to tell you that we love these folks. They have jumped on board with us. Yeah, we gave them a voice acting job. However, they are in 100%. They're cheering us on. They're showing up. They're promoting the show, and they are amazing humans. So if I say to you, Miraculous Ladybug, if I say to you, Bennett from Genshin Impact, Killua from Hunter x Hunter, please welcome to the stage our Namaya, Christina V.
Hello. What if that was my real voice? Hey guys. How's it going?
It's mine today. Hi, honey.
Hi. Good morning.
It's mine today from all the talking.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
it's okay.
Hello.
I do pretty well, I feel, talking.
Yes.
Like a lot. Luckily, I guess.
It's a good thing.
It's kind of a good job, right?
Yeah, it's a good thing. Knock on wood. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. I'm fine now.
It's a good thing you're good at talking.
Yeah.
It is. We appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you. I try my best.
Okay. Are you ready? Drum roll. I need a drum roll. Love it. If I say to you, Ichigo from Bleach, Ash from Trigun, Broly from Dragon Ball, a green and a black Power Ranger, please welcome to the stage, Johnny Young Bosch.
How many of you thought I was in cosplay right now?
Why aren't you in cosplay?
That was me.
Hey! Thanks for being here. All right. I voice Gabriel.
You do. You are our Gabriel. I couldn't say it yet because the other one had to come out before you, so it was great. He does voice Gabriel. And 900 other things?
Right.
Just about. So, you guys are ready, right? We're gonna put you to work a little bit.
Yeah, we got
Ready?
something fun.
All right.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so pay attention, watch carefully, get excited, but try not to distract them because they're gonna work right in front of you live.
Yeah, so let me explain this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna actually bring up 2 different clips where the music is in there, the sound effects are in there, but the dialogue has been removed. And they're gonna perform these live. So give them some grace, because this is this is live. And but What you're going to see is you're going to see their dialogue on screen. That's how they're actually going to be line reading these. And it's going to be a green or a red, red, green. If you guys remember, it'll flash.
Yeah.
Red, red, green. On green, that's when you deliver your line.
Wait, say that again?
Okay. Red, green, we go.
Red,
And I'm
once
just-
you go.
I'm just filling in. I'm not actually doing a voice in the show. I'm just filling in because we couldn't get Matt here today. So.
Yeah.
Is it rock, paper, scissors, shoot, or rock, paper, scissors?
I think it's rock, paper, scissors.
I agree.
I think.
Are you
We'll
familiar
find
with
out. We'll find out.
We're gonna find out.
So these are animatics. So what these are storyboards that are cut together to the music and to the sound. And these are actually from episode 2. So you're actually seeing a sneak peek at some scenes from episode 2. So let's do it. Let's roll these.
All right, we're ready.
Ugh, slimy walls, slimy company.
Whoa, it's like the inside of a bog moss leaf. It doesn't taste like the inside of a bog moss leaf.
What was that?
Probably nothing.
Pretty loud for nothing.
Look!
Daylight. I was right. This is the way out. Come on.
Looking exquisite, no competition, stay on a pivot. They be watching, they be plotting. She's so motherfucking independent. Mama be big, got on her grind. She had to get out her mama house. Daddy be tripping, now she be whipping. Ain't no more.